Hello everybody, this is Qua, and today we'll be reviewing Transformers R.E.D. Shockwave. Now this was one figure. When I saw the initial promo images for it, I was actually kind of impressed. Shockwave, I won't lie, is one of my... Him and Sound... I don't know. It's like, I would never say either of them was my... Well, I don't know. I guess I would say Sound was one of my favorite Decepticons, and kind of always has been. I have a shit ton of Soundwaves. And it was one of those things where in the past I would have been like, oh, it's Thundercracker and stuff. But you look at how many prior to me being like, okay, yeah, no, Soundwave's my favorite. If you look at the amount of Soundwaves I've have, and then the amount. So yeah, like, it was just one day. It was when I think I was moving. I was noticing how many Soundwaves I have, and I was like, holy fucking cow. And I've gotten more sense. I actually do have a version of the Masterpiece one. It's a KO, but I have it. I did upgrade the hands, though, to the Keith ones. Just because the initial bootleg hands were they were shitty because the pin kept falling out. And I knew they still sold the they had those hands on BBTS. So I was like, I'm just picking them up. Fuck it. And, yeah. But, yeah, without further ado, here's Shockwave. And I just have to say they nailed the fucking sculpt. Like, nothing looks wrong proportionally speaking. Everything looks good. The backpack here, which comes off, by the way, don't know why it comes off. It just does. And you get these areas on him where it's just kind of fucked like that. I don't know why. His head's kind of like that too. And it's like, I don't know why it's like that. He was one of two, I think, Shockwaves there, and I think the other one had like a fucked up chest, and something else was fucked up on it where it was like, yeah, I'll pass, and I picked up this one. I don't remember his head being like that, but I'm not 100% sure though. But yeah, he has that same feeling as Magnus in some parts, but then he kind of feels like Soundwave, like just texture wise. I'm not talking about like the feel of the plastic, because he feels significantly heavier even without the backpack than Optimus, who in turn feels heavier than Optimus feels heavier than this, or Magnus feels heavier than Soundwave, but I don't know if that's the case with the Optimus, because I don't know if he's made of similar plastic to that of Soundwave, or if it's a shittier plastic or what, because I know people were saying Soundwave was the best of the first wave. I don't know if that's the case, just because I prefer this Optimus mold over Soundwave, but I will say of the wave that this came out in, which I think was wave 2, not 2, wave 4, or is it 5? I don't know. Red's waves are kind of fucking weird. But yeah, he feels great. And yeah, we'll go over articulation. So I just kind of move them out of the side. Your head goes side to side. Get a nice bit of rotation there. Movement. Pretty good. You get 90-degree elbows. You could turn this arm about that way up. I wouldn't recommend going past that because of this can't really pop out at all. This is the one thing I would have expected to pop out, but it doesn't. But the backpack does. The backpack's also not animation accurate as well. That's a thing to point out. But when everything else looks this fucking good, it really doesn't matter. You can actually see some of the detailing inside the chest. Don't know if you can see it there. But yeah. Which is more of a toy aesthetic look, but the colors screamed like a show. Because the toys were much darker and a more richer purple. Whereas this is like a lavender or lilac. And then like, technically this should be purple. Like a very, very light purple. But this still does the job. So I'm not really complaining about that. He does have double jointed legs. I noticed I don't know why they have single jointed elbows. With the exception of Soundwave, who has the double jointed elbow, so he could do the tape thing. But they all do have double jointed legs, at least the ones I've gotten. I can't remember if RC had double jointed legs. I think she did. And I know Cheetor did. You actually can't do that weird little pull out leg thing that you could do in the others. For whatever reason with Shockwave you can't, but you do get some of the best ankle tilts with Shockwave. So there's kind of a win with that. I'm trying to think what else. Of course you get your thigh swivel and then bicep. Arm goes out that far on this side. And then you can do a full 360 just because of how that moves. There's a very slight butterfly. I feel like there's more give going back than there is forward, depending on your arm. But yeah, it's there, but it's kind of just as useless as sound waves. I'm being completely honest. But yeah, and then you get a waist, but you also get like an ab crunch. It doesn't get you too far, but it is there and very noticeable, which you could also get some side tilt with that too, which is quite interesting. I do say so. We'll go over accessories. You get some blast effect pieces, and he can hold Megatron in his hand. Just imagine that. I'm just kidding. I'm going to actually take it out and place it in. That's how that looks. And, oh yeah, on Megatron, you could also place this blast effect piece on him. Looking pretty dope, if I do say so myself. Okay. Then you could also do in his gun. You get two of them, so you can go pew 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 at the same time if you wanted to. You also get a set of these like clear purple ones to mimic his G1 toy, which you also got the trigger hand and the regular fist. Personally, while that is a cool option you can do, and it does match the chest a little better, I kind of wish they had a removable chest. That would have been cool, so you could have one more animation accurate, one more toy, but suppose we can't have everything. But yeah. And I'll compare him with the other two, which we kind of sort of did already earlier. But yeah, he stands taller than both of them, and he feels so much better. Like, it is such a turnaround with that Shockwave, it's like not even funny. He's just like next, like if I'm being like, just as serious as I could possibly be, he just does he's just really good. I wouldn't say like next level or anything like that, but this Shockwave is the step in the right direction. While he is a little too small for Chug, that being said though, I think if I ever do stop motion stuff, which I'd use green screens, I'd use the Shockwave. I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna use that Siege one anymore, just because this looks like Shockwave. I love Shockwave's design. I love it just as much as Soundwave's, and to see it finally done justice, like I thought you couldn't get any better than the Siege, and now I feel like, boy, was I wrong. The red Shockwave, just this thing looks beautiful. And I think if the red tries to do more Shockwaves and Galvatrons, well, I don't care for the Galvatron head sculpt. That thing is really well articulated from what I've seen in videos. And it looks like it's pretty well painted too. So, that said, one thing with these red figures though. I don't know if Galvatron has this either. There's very little paint on these. Like, the only paint I have here is all this gray on the backpack is painted. I think whatever's behind here was painted. His inside of his head's painted. The side fins right here are painted. This tubing looks like this is just purple plastic. Here's painted, I think. Yeah, because you can see some of the fade from that. Oh yeah, then around here's painted. So it's like minimum paint apps. But yeah, that's, I don't know. That's just a thing to expect from Hasbro, really. But it is what it is. But with the G1 designs, you can get away with it a little more because it's G1. But yeah. Anyways, I do recommend Shockwave. He's an easy recommend, if I'm being honest. Easy. And I hope R.E.D continues in the path of Shockwave here. So yeah. And wave 2, or not wave 2, the next wave, one with Thundercracker and the Prime characters. I'm not going to really pick up any of those just because I'm not the biggest of Prime fan. I'll pick up the Thundercracker for sure because I haven't messed with that Starscream mold, so I might as well pick my favorite Seeker out of the bunch, aside from Sunstorm. But yeah, anyways, been me, Qua. Hope you liked the video, and peace out.